Welcome back, guys. So this is the ministry live broadcast that I'm doing. So before we get into some of the things I've got planned today, guys, I'm just so thankful for what God is doing, how God is leading, and how He's transforming people's lives. I can see a difference in my own life in that people that used to I would joke about or I would stay away from, while other people are still doing that, I'm seeing that God is putting in His people a desire to have compassion for those kind of people and reach out to those people. And it may seem strange. You know, Jesus was sitting with publicans and sinners. Jesus was around those people. Now, I'm not going to tell you to go hang out with them to the extent that you fall yourself. But maybe that's why God said go out 2 by 2 when you go to witness to people, because then you can hold each other up and help each other not fall when you're around these people that need God, because they're the people that need to be saved. They're the ones that are in the gutter. And so I see these people that I'm around that I constantly want to reach out to and talk to. So I'm doing those things, and I'm seeing a change in their life. I'm seeing a change in my life. But I'm just thankful for what God's doing. Thankful for what God's doing in ministry and in my local assembly. Our church is growing. We're fixing to build a new church. So excited about that as well. So be praying for those things. But anyway, guys, I had a opportunity to do something I've been wanting to do, which was pray the Psalms. And I've got on this channel a portion of the first 5 Psalms that I prayed, and I just thought that I would like to share one of them with you, so that you could get a chance to experience that, and maybe it would be something that would bless you, and you could check out that series and start praying the Psalms as well, because I've heard all my life to pray those Psalms and to say those things unto God. And so I kind of did my version of that, and I want you to check it out. So let me get on it. Lord, you said, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Lord, help me to walk as I should walk. Lord, help me to stand as I should stand. Help me to sit where I need to sit, where I don't sit with the people, dear God, that would influence me, but help me to sit and influence others. Lord, you said that our delight would be in the law of the Lord. You said that your law would be on our hearts and we would meditate on it day and night. Lord, help me to keep my mind and my thoughts on you at all times. And you said I'd be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, where that nourishment, those nutrients would flow to me. Lord, you said I would bring forth my fruit in my season. Lord, you said my leaf would never wither, and whatsoever I do shall prosper. Lord, keep my way, keep my path. Lord, you said that the ungodly are not like this. They're like the chaff that blows away when the wind comes and drives it away. The ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. Lord, they won't stand with those that have chose to choose your path. But Lord, you know the way of the righteous. You know, but the way of the ungodly, Lord, they shall perish. But Lord, let me stand with those that are righteous. Help me to do the things that I should do. Well, that's that. I hope you liked that, enjoyed it, and it blessed you. The other day, I was talking to a cousin of mine, and we were just talking about our world and how we shrink. And it kind of got me thinking about this particular topic. So I created a post on it, and I want to share that with you about shrinking your world down because you're afraid. So you got to check this out, guys. And after that, I want to show you another post, because I don't want you to miss out on some of the things that are going on and that God is doing. The battle is truly over control. Who has control? Do I have control? Do others have control over the situation? Or does God have control? And what we do is because we're afraid to lose control, we shrink our world down to a place that we are able to control it, or we feel like we have control over it. And so we don't step beyond certain boundaries, because that would mean we would not have control. And that means someone else has control and outside of us. But if we realize and we've given that control over to God, so that everything beyond our box that we feel like we have control of is now in control by God. And if everything beyond that we've never even tapped into is in control by God, because we've given him all of that control, then we have the freedom to expand our world. There's no boundaries and no limitations. And I don't mean that you can do anything and go anywhere and do whatever you want. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's endless and boundless because he has control. If he doesn't have control, it's not endless and boundless. There's no boundaries if you're in control. There's only no boundaries if he's in control, because he knows where to walk. He knows what to say. He knows who to talk to. Where if it was you, you would talk to somebody, you would say things you shouldn't say. You would do things you shouldn't do. You would be influenced in a way that would hurt you and hurt your eternal destination. But if you let God lead, you'll be able to talk to people that are hurting and people that others might say, why are they talking to that person? What are they doing? But that life that is in you with receiving his Spirit, the life that is in the Word, the life that is Christ, all in him is life. If that life dwells in you, that life must shine out. And it can't shine just in a box. It has to shine to an unlimited amount of places. And the only way you can shine in an unlimited amount of places is when there's no boundaries. And there's no boundaries when you give control to God and expand your world to the fullest extent, and that's when you give it all to him. Recently, my pastor was talking to me, and he reminded me of something, and he said, when you pray, others are affected. Your situation outside of you is affected. But when you fast, you're affected. It's an internal change. That's why some things you have to pray and fast, because you're praying and it could affect you. The prayers that you're praying externally could affect you, but you're not submitted as you should. So when you fast, your flesh is decreased to the point your prayers that are external can also affect you internally. Welcome back. So while we were watching those clips, God was laying on my heart some things, and I was thinking about the talents. I was thinking about how God gave one man 1 talent, 1 5, and 1 10. And the one that had 5 and 10 went out and worked hard and produced more. And God blessed and gave the one that had the 1 talent that buried it and did nothing with it. He took that one away from him and gave it to those who were profitable servants. And a friend of mine sent me a scripture today, and I'd have to look it up again where it was at. But what it basically was talking about is that we came into this world with nothing, and we're going to leave this world with nothing. So because of that, our life is not our own. We didn't ask to be here. It wasn't our choice. It was God's choice. So since it's God's choice that we are here, since it's God's choice that you were born, then we need to take the time to dedicate ourselves to God in a way that says, okay, how am I supposed to work for you today? How am I supposed to spend my time to bless others today? Am I supposed to take groceries to somebody, take somebody out to eat and encourage them, text somebody and tell them I'm thinking about them, praying for them? Am I supposed to go clean up my neighbor's yard and help them out because they're elderly or they're just unable to do so? Or maybe just go lend a hand and help them load furniture in the back of their truck. Whatever it is that needs to be done, we are to be stewards of this world and to replenish it and bless one another as God has given us the ability. But what I see in our world today is people that are afraid to work. People that are would spend more energy waste more energy trying to get out of work than they actually would if they just worked. I mean, they're afraid of it. So I encourage you today to lay aside all of your own dreams and desires and say, God knows my dreams and desires. God knows what I'm capable of and what I like to do, and He sees that and He knows how to give us that. But except the Lord build a house, they that build it labor in vain. I quote that a lot. I think about that scripture a lot. And so the things that I want to do, if I build them, it will come to naught. But if I let God do it. So the way I do that is I go about my Father's business. I do the things that God lays upon my heart. And in the meantime, He's going to prepare the path for the things that He wills amongst the things that I desire and want to do that I just don't know how to do on my own. So God will build those things for me using the things that I'm doing as long as I'm following Him. Anyway, guys, that's what was on my mind. That's something I wanted to share with you, as well as these other clips. So before we go, I want to share with you one more clip, and then I'll just say God bless now before the clip is out. So God bless.
So today we are going to learn about Noah's Ark. And when everyone was being bad, so Jesus said to Noah that He was going to make a big flood, and Jesus said make a big boat for all of the animals in Noah's family. So they built the boat and they went on it once the flood happened. So when the flood happened, it was rushing and they got a bunch of animals in there. Well, they sent a bird to see if there was land, and the bird came back with nothing. And then they sent it again. The bird came back with nothing. And they did it again. But the bird came back with what was it? I'm just going to say a leaf. So it came back with a leaf. So then that leaf told them that there was land somewhere. So they went somewhere and there was land. And they got off the boat and they lived there. The end. You may sit down. And now we're going to sing a song without no music. Oh, break off the chains, break off the chains, break off the